Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Bump Monkey Mafia. I'm Frankie V.
Double T Turnbuckle Tim here.
And there is no Chubby Love with us tonight. Unfortunately, Cody is still feeling under the weather. So we're going to run this pod without him tonight. But we're still going to bring you a great show. Last week, we were supposed to have the man called Prophet. We go way back. Lots of funny stories we could share. Unfortunately, he was sick as well. So we'll have to reschedule with him. But fear not, we have some other interviews planned. Probably going to get Psycho Mike in here from Mid-South Wrestling Alliance.
Working on CJ Ward as well.
And the tag team champions, Will Chambers and Tyson James, having them on there.
A.K.A. Mid-South Express.
Yes, I'm excited to have a celebrity in Carl Winslow.
I know.
Be on the show.
We'll have a special interview for Carl Winslow.
So special. Him and Urkel. Man, how was your weekend?
You know, my weekend started off great because of that show.
The Friday night show.
It was a Friday night show.
I was a little hoarse yesterday.
I had to go to work, and
so
what's
did
funny is I work in customer service. I work at a store. I'm not gonna do a selfish plug. Anyways, we sell games and stuff, and I have to talk to people all day. And I walked in, and my manager's a huge wrestling fan, and he was like, "You had fun at the show last night, didn't you?" Yes.
Oh man, I was hoarse as well. I work at a doctor's office, and having to deal with patients, I was like, I couldn't talk.
I mean, I was thinking about learning sign language. I honestly was.
I have a friend that's an interpreter if you need that.
Okay.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, man, we went to this Mid-South Wrestling Alliance show Friday night. It was the inaugural Tom Jones Invitational. It was off the hook, man.
Frankie, tell me a little bit about Tom Jones. I know you've worked with him.
Yeah, Tom Jones, man, he got me in the business. I trained under Tom in roughly about 2003. The dude's an Oklahoma legend. He taught me everything I know. Man, I can't say enough good things about the man. You know, I mentioned before about psychology. Man, he really drilled that into my head. That you have to have your psychology down or it's not going to work.
Right.
So, man, like I said, he's a great guy. Everybody in Oklahoma wrestling knows Tom Jones. I mean, it was a 5-banana show, man.
I don't even think it was 5 bananas. To be honest, it was 2 bushels.
Bushels.
Unprecedented 2 banana bushels for this Mid-South Wrestling Alliance show. Congratulations.
Yes. So, folks, if you don't know, that is how we grade things here at Bump Monkey Mafia. We grade them on a banana scale, 1 banana being the worst, 5 bananas being the best. And Tim just gave the whole 2 bushels of bananas.
If you get 5 bananas, it's a bushel. So it's 5 bananas.
Exactly. Man, we open the show. They come out. They introduce the Tom Jones Invitational. Bad Boy gets jumped by the Sanders twins.
I was shocked about that. I mean, it was out of nowhere.
And then who came to his rescue? Kevin Morgan making his Mid-South Wrestling Alliance return.
I was shocked. That's all I can say is I was thinking in my head, who's going to come help Bad Boy? Like,
exactly.
Who's gonna do
You're
it?
just waiting. You're looking at the curtain and thinking, man, out of all the talent in the back, who is coming out?
And this is
Kevin Morgan.
This is the funny funny part. Sorry, guys, I can't talk today. Funny part about it is the crowd kept looking. Like, when's it coming? Wait.
Oh, my God. But after that, we moved on to the first round match. The sensational CJ Ward versus one half of the Mid-South Wrestling Alliance Tag Team Champions,
Steve Urkel. Oh, Will. I'm sorry.
Will Chambers. This was a great match.
It was. I mean,
obviously Will's the bigger, more physical opponent, and he had most of the match.
He did. I mean, he was really handing it to CJ for a little bit.
Yes, sir.
I mean, it was a great match. It's definitely one of the right way things to do as a big guy versus a smaller opponent.
Yeah, I like the ending. Will was fixing to do a backdrop off the top rope. Suplex off the top rope. And classic style, man. CJ flipped it, landed on top of him, got the 3 count. He moves on.
CJ moves on. I want to give this little shout out to CJ here, man. You are a great ring worker, and you're a phenomenal wrestler. keep it up.
He's in his rookie year.
That's crazy. Rookie year. Every time I see this kid, it makes me think of a young Daniel Bryan.
Man.
Bryan
And not
Danielson.
to take anything from Will. Will's a talented worker as well, man. He's
Will,
big. He's physical. You got to hand it to both these guys.
I know. I mean, I don't know if I was more excited for the thought of a superplex or the reversal. I don't know what was more exciting.
Tim was up and down, up and down. I thought he was at church. I was like, dude,
I was praising a little bit.
Pick one, set or stand, man. But anyway, CJ Ward moves on. And the next match we had was Brock Landers, who is the current Mid-South Wrestling Alliance Cruiserweight Champion
And
Oklahoma Champion. And he went on to fight La Parka?
I actually think it's just parka. I'm not going to delve into that.
Like a coat?
Yeah, like, that's right, that is a coat. So, is La Parka the coat?
That is the coat.
Oh.
Well, no, like parka is just a jacket.
Anyways,
Whatever.
back to the match. So, Landers comes out, and
With his manager, what's his name? One Chain?
One Chain. We're not even going to call
Walmart
you Two
chain?
Chains, bro. I mean, you bought that chain on Lelway. Don't come at Bump Monkey Mafia like that. That's how people get hurt.
That's how you get hurt, son. Come on.
Anyways, besides that, Landers
always looks good, dude.
he does. I mean, as much as I want to not like Opie, I have to like him.
It's like Opie. Man, he's come a long way from his days as Jeff the Ref.
Oh, Jeff the Ref.
Jeff the Ref. Man, that was a long time ago. But I always enjoy watching him from where he was to where he's at now. I mean, he's got it.
Yeah, he does. I mean,
He's got 2 belts for a reason.
he may get a little bit of help with those belts every now and then, but he's got 2 belts.
I mean, in his own right, he can hold his own.
Maybe.
I tell you, One Chain could probably hold him.
One Chain could hold him, like rock him like a baby.
Like a baby,
I wonder if
yeah.
that's how he sleeps.
Anyway, man, he goes over on Parka and moves on to the finals. The next match we had.
I will say this. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. He did move on by some trickery. We were talking
it
about
was
this Walmart chain earlier.
Tomfoolery, I tell you.
It was tomfoolery. Nice little pun there. I see what you did.
He went over with the
Chain. With the Walmart chain.
Yeah, the classic distract the ref. Come on, ref. Like you weren't given the count out. Like I don't know what.
I counted to 37 in like 4 different matches. What were you doing?
That's like 3 double count outs, man. Come on. I mean, Tim's got some glasses you can borrow if you need to.
I'm blind, I'm deaf, I want to be a ref. I'm blind, I'm deaf, I want to be a ref.
Oh, man. So, yeah, he did go over with help from his manager there. Like I said, the classic, distract the ref, tossed him the chain. Landers with the punch, knocked him out. 1, 2, 3. He moves on. The next match we had is Gemini versus Prince Mahali with 1 L.
Holla, 1 L.
Yes, 1 L. If you take it up with Allah, buddy. It's 1 L. Anyway, that match came to a no contest.
Unfortunately,
that was they wrestled the internet exclusive match on Wednesday night.
which you lost 1 L.
You
So
did
that
lose.
makes you now have 2 L's.
Anyway, their match on Wednesday was good, and this match Friday night was solid. These 2 guys they do great work.
They do.
And what happened, man? An interference by Xavier.
I know Xavier
Coming back to demolish Gemini.
comes out of nowhere, just ruins the match. I mean, Xavier,
Man.
what are you thinking, man? I mean, I understand that you got beef with Gemini, but let us finish the match.
Come on now.
Gemini's coming for you too, bro.
He's coming for you. Man, I can't wait to see that.
I know it's gonna be a great comeback
Ooh.
for Gemini.
So neither one move on. They had to discuss it. The board of directors had to discuss that. What was the other match? It was Tyson James, the other half of the Mid-South Wrestling Alliance Tag Team Champions, versus the gentleman, Jake O'Brien.
Tally ho!
Oh, man, that dude is great.
I mean, I want to interview O'Brien and ask him how it feels to wrestle Carl Winslow.
I mean, I thought that dude's career was dead.
I know, like, It's a resurgence.
Man, they're like, he was in Die Hard, wasn't he?
He was.
In Die
He
Hard.
was.
Oh man, I feel some chance coming on next show, buddy. But anyway, man, that was a good match.
It was.
That's my first time seeing Jake O'Brien in action.
He looks really good. I mean,
man, he's got a good size.
I'm digging the whole gentleman look. And
the pinky.
The pinky.
Oh,
Pinky's
man.
up. Fantastic work. It was a fantastic match. Unfortunately, some more tomfoolery happened in this match.
He got a little help from his buddy Urkel.
He did. Urkel came out with the super kick.
Yeah, Will Chambers ended up interfering. Man, Tyson James got the win to move on to the finals.
Yes, sir.
And we went to intermission.
Yeah, we did. We actually got a little bit mixed up, guys. The match with Gemini and
Mahali
1L happened before the intermission because we had to wait until after the intermission
for Adam Patrick's decision on what to do.
Why, Adam? Why?
Man. So we come back from intermission. They let us know it was considered a no contest. So the main event would be a triple threat match. CJ Ward, Tyson James, Brock Landers for the Tom Jones Invitational.
Yes, sir. But we're not quite ready for that match, guys.
We're not. We got some more.
We had one of the hardest hitting matches I've seen in years.
Before that, it was the Tom Jones Rumble.
That's right.
Battle Royale with cheese.
Battle Royale with cheese and peanut butter banana sandwich.
Oh man, this was so entertaining to watch, man. I didn't know where to look. Man, you had the Sanders twins,
Psycho Mike,
Will Chambers, Jake O'Brien was back in there. Stepstool Tommy D was in there. Bud Barnes, the heavyweight champion.
Just to let you guys know what we were looking at here. I'm a huge Adam Sandler fan, and I love the movie Happy Gilmore. There's a scene.
That's a classic.
It is. There's
It's
a scene
classic.
where a guy runs his car into the tower, and Billy Madison's like, "I think I'm gonna win now,"
and jackass,
and hits the ball into the metal frame of the tower, and everybody's sitting there watching this ball roll back and forth, and the whole crowd's heads are moving. That's what I was doing during this whole.
Right. It's like watching a tennis match.
It was like watching a tennis match. I didn't know what to watch during this.
It was so entertaining, man. And here's the deal. Psycho Mike promised the Bump Monkey Mafia chops.
Chops, and more chops.
Did he deliver?
I will say this. I actually woke up this morning and my chest hurt. I had a handprint from watching these chops on my own chest. I wasn't even in the match.
Will Chambers got some chops.
Yeah, how's your chest feeling there, buddy?
Oh, man. And then Brock Landers got some chops as well outside the ring.
And here's the thing. Not only did Psycho Mike chop, but he pointed at us every single time he chopped.
Oh, man. A nod to the Mafia. We enjoyed that. Chaz Sharp going over, winning the Rumble.
That is true.
Then we moved on to the Hometown Heroes title match. The Urban Legend, Trey Gallows versus one man, Sam Stackhouse. Let me just say, this is awesome. This is awesome. Man, these two guys left it all in the ring. And outside the ring.
And in the audience. And on the wall. And on the broken bits of table.
Oh, man.
And on the trash can. And on the chair. And on... It goes on and on and on and on.
Now, this was a cross-promotion match between Mid-South Wrestling Alliance and Wrestling for a Cause. Man, check these people out. They have a website, Wrestling for a Cause. Great organization.
Remember, guys, fight like a kid.
Fight like a kid. Man, the match was crazy.
I could tell from the first. It wasn't even a thud. It sounded like someone got hit by a car from that first shot.
It sounded like a car wreck.
With that
cookie sheet,
and then, man, there was blood. Like I knew from the first hit that there was going to be blood. Tables were broken. A ladder came in at one point.
Oh, Sam crushed that ladder.
Oh yeah, and then Gallows with that drop kick in the corner into the trash can. I mean, It was crazy. Now, unfortunately, again, there was some interference in this match, but since it was a no DQ,
I mean, George Knight was the ref. He couldn't do nothing. I mean, it was no DQ.
But yeah, so he was just sitting there watching, and
then finally, some of the boys from the back came out, and security had to pull the Mid-South Express away.
Yeah, but Will did catch a nasty chair shot from it, sticking his nose where he didn't belong, man.
He got, dinged right in the side of the head with the chair.
This is what I pictured. All I see is the great point, and it was out of the park. He called his home run, and it was gone.
It was gone, man. Dude, I thought he was out cold, man.
I think he was.
That was a great chair shot. Anyway, man, One Man Sam gets the victory over Drake. I mean, here's the deal. This title means so much here. You know, Drake even called Sam. He's like, hey, we're not done. I'm coming for that title. Man, they hugged in the middle of the ring. So much respect between these two guys.
Yeah, one thing I really liked, is Sam didn't know if it was going to be a confrontation. He kind of just set the belt down. Yeah. Set the belt down. And
Drake said, don't put that shit on the floor, man. That title means something.
In preparation for what's going on. And, that's great that title means so much. And I just loved the respect that they showed each other.
Exactly. And for those two guys to go out and did what they did for that title, I mean, come on. Professional wrestling, supporting a local cause. I mean, you can't get much better than that.
I mean, it's every American's dream is watching people beat each other up for a good cause. We got both.
We did get both. So we went on to the main event. CJ Ward, Tyson James, Brock Landers.
In a triple threat match.
Which felt more like a handicap match.
Yeah, I really thought that. Landers may have been a member of the Mid-South Express for a little bit. I mean,
he had a little bit of Ebony and Ivory going on.
Ebony and Ivory.
That's what was going on, man. And they had most of the match. I mean, they gave it to CJ.
CJ was getting it. And then, of course.
That kid's such a talented worker, man.
He is. And then, of course, Landers' manager was out. One Chain was out there again, and
he got the boot. George said, get out of here.
Thank you, George.
Thank you, George, for getting that dude out of there. But hey, you're more than willing to come talk some more trash. I mean, Mafia's here, baby. We'll see you at the next show.
Bro. We 3 deep.
We 3 deep. You 3 and 1 deep. Look like you ate the Wu-Tang Clan.
That is true.
Anyway, man, interference, man. The coup de grace.
Yeah, I mean,
in the corner, that was, like I said, man. Landers is on fire.
Landers is a solid worker.
He is so good.
But Psycho Mike may have your numbers, Landers.
Yeah, and we'll get. They got a match coming up.
They got a match coming up, and Psycho Mike came out and showed you what he was made of.
But like I said, CJ Ward hits the elbow drop from the top rope. 1, 2, 3. He is the winner of the inaugural Tom Jones Invitational. And, man, that kid deserves it. He's in his rookie year. The kid's going on to bigger, badder, brighter things.
I mean, I just can't wrap my head around that he's a rookie. I mean, I've said it before. He looks like a young Daniel Bryan. I mean,
and here's the deal. He's posted on his Facebook page several times, like, "Hey, let's make Oklahoma wrestling great again." Oklahoma used to be a big professional wrestling state. We had the Mid-South, and then as of late, the past however many years, it's not. It's petered out. And here's my deal: if you call yourself a wrestling fan and all you watch is WWE, get out of here. You're not a wrestling fan. If you're a true wrestling fan, you will have your butt at these local shows supporting your local federation.
My thing is, who doesn't want to spend $6, $8, $10 on special nights to just sit there for 2 hours?
And it's an all-family event.
That is true. I don't even think there's alcohol allowed on the premises, so you don't have to worry about those ignorant wrestling fans. If you're one of them, I'm sorry, but you do exist.
You do exist.
But as Frankie V was talking about, if you are a true wrestling fan and you are not at these shows, what are you doing? These guys work day in and day out. Some of them have multiple jobs.
Yeah, I mean, they're regular people. They have day jobs, and they love this business.
And quite frankly, they may not even get the pay that you would think.
No, I have to tell you about pay, man. Back in the day when I was running around, me, the Prophet, the Sanders twins, we all rolled up to Muskogee to do a show for Brandon Groom. And I was in a Royal Rumble match, and I got paid $3.
Did you guys hear that? $3.
That didn't even cover my dinner at Taco Bell that night.
$3.
But I enjoyed every minute of it.
And you know, we talk a lot about Mid-South Wrestling and the independent scene, but you guys need to be there. You guys need to be at these Mid-South shows. The fans are what drive these people. Even if you are there and you don't like somebody and you're cheering against them, that's going to drive them.
Let them know. Boo them, man. They love that. They feed off the crowd.
And if you're going to just sit there and be quiet, then you're not a wrestling fan. I'm sorry.
Oh, you got to be vocal, man. You got to be vocal.
As Frank said earlier, it looked like I was at church. I was standing up. I was cheering. Like I said earlier, I didn't have a voice. I'm getting goosebumps now just thinking about moments from the night. And, you know, the greatest part about it is CJ Ward was showered with a "You Deserve It" chant.
Exactly. He deserved it.
And so many times nowadays, especially because you hear this chant all the time on WWE programming, they chant it for people that don't truly deserve it. Yeah, I'm sorry, you're a legend. It's cool that you came back and you win something. That's cool. But CJ, you really do deserve it. And here at Bump Monkey, we really do support you. We really do like you. You're a bright young star.
We support Oklahoma independent wrestling. Man, if you weren't there at this show, guess what? You have another chance, September 9th.
But who's going to be there, Frank? That's Frankie V. That's important. Who's going to be here September 9th?
September 9th, the Mid-South Wrestling Alliance at Plaza Mayor. If you don't know where that's at, it's Crossroads Mall. Former WWE and TNA Knockouts champion, Mickie James.
You know,
Mickie James.
I haven't seen a lot of Mickie James lately. I saw her at Oklahomania, but I haven't seen a lot of her lately, and it's going to be great to see her, and especially her, Skylar Slice, and Nikki Knight in one match.
Man, that's
in
gonna
one
be
match.
Triple threat. I can't wait.
I mean,
speaking of Skylar Slice, man, Compound Pro had their 10-year anniversary show Friday night. You know, we were unable to make it up there due to some unforeseen circumstances. But she won the triple threat ladder match for the first ever Compound Pro Women's Championship.
So right now she's a double title holder, guys.
Man,
2 titles.
Like I said, man, get to these shows. They're Compound Pro, SRPW, BCW, Empire Championship Wrestling, Mid-South Wrestling Alliance. And their IWR is making their return September 24th.
Yes.
In Duncan, Oklahoma. Those people down south in Duncan, get there. You don't want to miss these shows, man. Support these local people.
And, I mean, I know we're kind of, like, blowing your minds with this, support, but you need to be. Like, I am counting down the days until the 9th, but I am more counting down the days until the 23rd.
The 23rd.
September 23rd.
Except you don't want to miss this show, folks.
Turnbuckle
Tim, tell them what's going on.
Mid-South Wrestling Alliance is having a special gimmick night, guys. And what they mean by gimmick night is every single match is going to have a special stipulation.
The Mid-South Wrestling Tag Team Championships are on the line. Carl Winslow and Steve Urkel,
a.k.a.
Tyson James and Will Chambers,
versus
the Pin Pals.
Is this a normal match?
It is not a normal match. It has a stipulation.
What is the stipulation?
A submission match.
So that means we're going to be hearing
tap, will, tap. Tap, will, tap. Tap, will, tap. Man, I'm going to lose my voice again.
I know. I'm already, like, preparing.
Here's another one. Nikki Knight versus Skylar Slice for the Mid-South Wrestling Alliance Women's Championship.
In a dog collar
chain match.
Frank, how excited are you about this?
I cannot wait. Growing up, I always enjoyed the dog collar matches. You don't see that anymore. That's like classic professional wrestling. And I'm so excited to see it.
I just got hit with goosebumps, guys. I'm about to start standing up here and start
sit
chanting.
down.
And also at the show, guys, we have a 5-man elimination table match
for the Oklahoma Championship.
This is going to have 5 of the brightest stars in Mid-South Wrestling Alliance in one match with tables. Oh my.
Oh, it's going to be great. The champion, Brock Landers, defends it against the Misfit, Dean Lambert,
Psycho Mike,
the urban legend, Drake Gallows, and Gemini.
I mean, I don't even know who's going to take this home. I'm just excited that I may possibly see Landers. If you're listening, you may want to do this coup de grace through the table.
Oh, and that's going to be awesome.
But I
can see some.
I don't know who I want to win that match.
Highlight reel moves coming off this match, man.
I mean, I'd love to see Psycho Mike get that title back.
Hey, and then the Mid-South Wrestling Alliance Heavyweight Championship, the baddest man in Oklahoma, Bud Barnes,
versus
defends
Buster
his
Cherry
title against Buster Cherry in a what?
Last man standing match.
That's 2 big men.
I mean,
that's
possibility of a double count out here, Frank, or not count out, like nobody
double
moving.
KO?
Double KO.
Man, that's 2 heavyweights battling it out in the ring. I don't know, man.
I feel like it's gonna be a Rocky movie. I really do. That's what I feel like.
Just both of them go down. I mean, interference? Well, it's no DQ. It's last man standing.
What that's crazy as Mid-South is, I have no idea what's gonna go on. None. I mean, if they do anything close to what Sam and Gallows did, I'm not gonna sit down that fight or that match. I will not sit down that match. I'm telling you right now, Frank. I'm gonna be standing up, chanting, and just not sitting down because I'm already excited, goosebumps. Who's gonna win? I mean, this night is so unpredictable.
It's amazing. Be there, folks. They also have another show October 2nd.
We don't know much information about that show yet, guys, but we will let you know definitely more.
Oh, for sure. As soon as we know more information, we'll put it up on Facebook. We'll be podcasting next week. We'll get some more information on that. But like I said, man, these shows are all over Oklahoma. BCW, October 8th. Empire Championship Wrestling, September 17th.
Right.
I believe Compound Pro is going to have another show here in a couple weeks.
They are. I believe it's the 10th.
The 10th?
Correct.
No, wrestling. The 10th is Wrestling for a Cause. It is, man, I can't even think right now. September to Remember, Fight for Jake. It's a 4-way title match. A one-man Sam Stackhouse defends his title against America's Double D. Let me just tell you, I am always excited to see Double D in the ring.
I mean, this guy is lean, he's cut, and he's just a joy to watch.
You know, that match he had with CJ Ward a couple weeks ago blew my mind.
Which, by the way, guys, if you follow us on Facebook, we do give out awards every Monday.
Every Monday, Mafia Monday.
Mafia Monday, and that match alone won an award for both CJ Ward and Double D.
Paul Puerto Rico and Sam Stackhouse, like we said, defends the title. Man, go to this show. Support Wrestling for a Cause.
I mean, it's $8 for what? 4 hours of fun?
Well, VIP is $20 for adults, $10 for kids. General admission is $10 for adults, $5 for kids. It's going for a good cause. Wrestling for a cause.
Wrestling for a cause and supporting kids and supporting local wrestling is everything that we need to do. Like Frankie V said earlier, we're calling out the fans that say, "Oh yeah, we're diehard wrestling fans." If you don't support your local wrestling scene, you are not a diehard fan. I stand behind that. If you only watch one product, you are not a hardcore fan.
No, you're not. You can take a hike.
Slip on a banana and go to another podcast.
O'Doyle rules.
O'Doyle rules.
Man, yeah, like I'm saying, man, there's action all over the state of Oklahoma. Find one nearest you and go support it. And like we said, these guys have jobs. We work jobs and then do what they love.
Right, and I mean, there's even craziness as there's a couple guys that work multiple shows. They're in Tulsa one night, OKC the next.
Yeah.
I mean, come out and support them, guys.
I do remember back in the day, man, we would do shows here in Oklahoma City. Then we'd drive up and do shows in Tulsa. I trained here in the city under Tom. And then my actual first match was in Tulsa. Back then it was Tornado Pro. So much love to all the people up in Tulsa. Canadian Red Devil, Rocco Valentino. Man, y'all are great. Thank y'all for the opportunity I had back then. But man, Compound Pro, the Mafia is coming.
We will be there as fast as we can.
We're very vocal.
Oh yeah, don't you dare be sour.
Oh yeah, we're coming and we're coming loud, baby. Man, get out to these shows.
So I have a question for you, Frank.
Shoot.
What was your favorite match of the night from Mid-South Wrestling Alliance?
Oh man, from the show we just attended. Let me think. I might have to go with the CJ Ward versus Will Chambers.
It was a fantastic match.
It was the right way to start off the night.
I mean, that for me was like watching the opening ceremony of the Olympics.
It was awesome.
I mean, Raw, hey Vinnie Mac, are you listening? Take notice. Get someone down here. That's how you open a show.
Man, they're just doing such a good job right now. As compared to WWE, we do rate Raw and SmackDown, and they're just not where they need to be.
They are not. And I'm saying this right now. You guys can come at me if you want. I got my Mafia brothers behind me. I look forward to the next 2 weeks of build-up and then watching the next Mid-South Wrestling Alliance show more than I look forward to watching Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah, it just feels like watching Raw and SmackDown feels like it's just something we have to do to keep up.
Right.
Now don't get me wrong, man, I've watched wrestling since I was 5 years old. And I remember sitting on the couch with my grandpa. My grandpa used to take me to the old Mid-South shows. But, man, you watch the show and then you feel like, man, that's what y'all gave me for 3 hours? Or 2 hours?
Literally, right now, if you ask me what happened on Raw, I'm going to say Roman Reigns came out on top.
Bayley made her debut.
And Finn Balor got hurt.
And relinquished the title.
Other than that, poof. But if you ask me about the Mid-South show, I'm going to tell you about CJ Ward doing the high-fly move over the top rope, landing in the audience, breaking the barricade, by the way.
Oh, right in front of us.
Right in front of us. You broke the barricade, CJ, just to let you know. I know you're going to listen to this, but you broke the barricade. And then the super kick on the outside from Will, and then the coup de grace, and then the ladder breaking, and then the table being smashed through on the wall, and then the table being broken.
You just remember everything that you watched when you go to these local shows, because it's...
And it's the exact same way to SmackDown.
It's not a hard formula to follow. You have a good guy, you have a bad guy. Let them work their magic. But when you're not giving the fans, when you're giving them crap, it's not going to work.
Right. And by no means at Mid-South Wrestling Alliance are you going to get crap. You're going to get quality work every single time.
Man,
every time. Day in, day out. When you're at this show, you're going to enjoy yourself. Plain and simple.
Oh, here's the deal. Like the match we saw, the first show we went to, which was not Nikki Knight, Skylar Slice versus Erica. That women's match was better than anything I've seen in the WWE in a long time.
I will compare this match firmly to the match that Sasha Banks and Bayley had at the first TakeOver Brooklyn. That was a fantastic match. I love that match, but I love that match with Skylar Slice even more.
It was beautiful.
So I can't wait for the dog collar chain match.
Ladies, y'all are good at your craft. Keep it up. We love it.
I mean, I can't
doing
wait.
What you do.
I can't wait for the 5-man elimination tables match. I can't wait to see CJ Ward again. I can't even wait to see Steve Urkel and Carl Winslow wrestle again. I mean, I'm counting down the days, guys. Be at Mid-South Wrestling Alliance. Go to Compound. If you're in the Tulsa area, go there.
Exactly.
If you live within a 30-minute, 40-minute, hour range of Oklahoma City,
make it a night. Go out to eat and go out to watch some local professional wrestling.
you can bring your kids to this show.
Exactly, man.
And there will be no problems. There were kids in the audience chanting, "This is awesome." That's one great thing I love to see. As a kid, I've always been a huge wrestling fan.
Exactly.
I've never was a Star Wars fan. I never was any of that. Like, not dogging on Star Wars or anything.
Star Wars fan.
But wrestling to me, those are my superheroes. My superheroes didn't wear capes. My superhero came out in a vest with a skull on it and was stomping mud holes all over the place. That was my heroes.
Oh man, that's like I said. I've watched wrestling since I was little, and those guys were like superheroes. Growing up, that's what I would play on the playground at school. Hey man, who are you gonna be? I'd get with my best friend and be like, we're gonna be the Legion of Doom, the Road Warriors, and we would have fake wrestling fights on the concrete at recess.
Like, seriously, I mean, people used to ask me, who are you going for as Halloween? Oh, I'm going as Stone Cold. I legitimately went as Stone Cold for Halloween for like 3 years straight.
Here's the deal too, man. Getting into the business like I did in 2003, everybody in my family and everybody were like, you're stupid, you're crazy. Look, man, this was a dream of mine ever since I was little. I was like, I'm going to be a professional wrestler. That is awesome. Hey, I did the thing in 2003. Life took over. I ended up moving away from Oklahoma City. But, recently I got cleared from the doctor. He said, man, if you want to give it another whirl, get on it. And, again, my family were like, you're stupid. You got this and that. Who knows? Maybe Frankie V will be making a comeback. I would love to. But that just goes to show, man, that these guys out there putting their bodies on the line more than likely grew up as little kids looking up to these guys.
Right, and if you're listening to this podcast, guys, we know that more than likely you're like us. We may have a couple of different insights than you just because we know the business from the inside, but all we are is fans. That's what comes down to it. Exactly. The guys in the ring, don't just think that, they're professionals. They don't care about the fans. They care about the fans. When you go to these local shows, if you talk to a wrestler, they're going to talk back.
You won't get that at any other mainstream event, WWE. You won't get the interaction between the wrestlers and the fans like you do at a local show.
You will not. I mean, I don't understand it. Like I said, why aren't you at these shows? Why not?
Yeah, get your butt to these shows. I don't know what else to say.
From the face that runs the place, Frankie V.
Yeah, get on it, man.
Get on it.
Here's another thing. I was reading this past week. Mick Foley was very vocal about... He was displeased with the crowd in Boston because of the way they reacted to the new Universal title, the way it looked.
You mean Brooklyn?
Brooklyn, yeah. I know I said Boston.
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 That's the harbor.
Got my car keys. Lost them in Boston.
Can't find my car keys.
You got some coffee?
Sorry about that, guys.
Anyway, he was displeased because the crowd was chanting and being very vocal about their dislike for the way the Universal title looked like. And it took away from the match.
It did. They had a good match. I mean, anytime you have somebody pop his shoulder back in place and continue a match, it's a good match.
And here's the deal. I don't care if you're at the top of the WWE or you're wrestling in Mid-South or Compound Pro or any local federation. If you're wrestling for that title, for the title on that show, who cares what the title looks like?
I mean, it's plain and
It's
simple.
what you're wrestling for. You're the top talent in that promotion. You've made it. From your dream as a little kid, you're winning gold. You're wrestling for the championship. Who gives a hoot that it's red?
Exactly, and it's not just for the world title. We're not taking away from any title holders in the business. Tag team titles, women's championship, intercontinental. Back when they used to have the cruiserweight, you are good at your craft. As fans, we need to recognize that. And I'm talking strictly from a fan base. If you are
stupid.
that's the best word to describe it. If you're being stupid and booing a belt when these two guys are in there giving their heart out, they've earned every minute to be there. They deserve more than the boos from you.
Yeah.
So, Oklahoma wrestling fans, specifically Oklahoma City area, if you're a true fan, go to the shows.
Get your butt to these local shows.
And I mean, you will see from one show how much fun they are. I mean, I'm a huge, in college, here's a little backstory about me. In college, I was the only freshman to ever win the School Spirit Award. I've been kicked out of basketball games. I've actually gotten my own basketball team a technical foul in college.
Tim's like a little kid sometimes.
Hey,
I get excited.
I get distracted. Leave me alone. Anyways, you will not find that same type of feel at a full product show. No. And by full product, I mean full production. These local shows is where it's at. If you want old school wrestling, if you're a Von Erich fan, if you're a Ric Flair fan, if you are the old school Steiners, if you like...
Oh man, Steiners back in the day.
The Four Horsemen, be at these shows. I mean, Brock Landers has one of the best brainbusters I have ever seen.
It was beautiful.
I got chills.
You know, here's a funny backstory on Brock Landers. This may be why he has the best brain buster in the business. You know, during training, he almost got dropped on his head one time.
Really?
Oh man, if we ever have him on the show, we'll definitely talk about it. It's comical when I think about it back in the day, and maybe he took from that experience as like, I'm gonna take this and turn it into something. But anyway, you know, Tim says it, I say it, Cody says it. Support your local wrestling federations, and we cannot stress that enough here at Monkey Mafia. You heard anything? Bo Dallas? You want to talk about Bo Dallas?
Yeah. So, guys, for those of you that don't know him, WWE is doing some live shows in Mexico. Bo Dallas got a little bit too much tequila and got himself thrown off the plane.
He got thrown off the plane for being intoxicated, and apparently he called Seth Rollins a dick, and had to be escorted off the plane. Do you think he deserves to be reprimanded?
Suspended? Maybe like 2 weeks.
No, full 30 days.
You think full 30 days?
Full 30 days.
Why full 30 days?
If I got kicked off a plane wearing an OCO shirt, which is the place I work at, I would get some kind of consequence.
But I mean,
you're representing not only yourself but the company you work for.
It's Bo Dallas. Where has he been? Did he even get drafted?
Apparently to Raw.
I mean, his brother probably doesn't even know he exists.
Bray, get on your brother, man. Make him act right. Acting like an idiot.
Put him in the sheep mask for a little bit.
Man, he needs some kind of consequence.
I guess he was believing too much.
He believed that
Seth Rollins was a dick.
Yeah. No, here's the deal. Like, Roman Reigns got popped for Adderall. Not Sasha Banks. Eva Marie got popped for Adderall. And this dude was drunk in public, making an idiot of himself, apparently.
That is true. I mean, I can see where you argue, but I mean, I don't know about the full 30 days.
Right. I mean, he hadn't been on TV in what? At least 3 weeks?
That is true. And if you guys are listening to this podcast, I'd like for you to hear your guys' input. Get on Facebook.
Yeah, be vocal about it.
Post something on our page. Your thoughts on Bo Dallas. Should he be suspended for being
drunk
on a plane? No pun intended. I love that song, by the way. That's a great song.
Hey, a little bit of sad news. Today we received word that Mr. Fuji passed away, man.
It's very sad.
Man, that dude was awesome back in the day.
Strong point.
Oh, man.
Wrestling.
That was, like... I loved that era of wrestling. Like, that was...
The golden age.
The golden age.
And for all you people...
Not the Attitude Era.
For all you people that say that the Attitude Era is the golden age, I am 23 going to turn 24. I grew up with the Attitude Era. It's not the golden age. The golden age is the Four Horsemen. The golden age is the Von Erichs. The golden age is when Dusty Rhodes beat the Von Erichs in Dallas and was almost, I can't say like more than beaten up by a mob. If the steel cage wouldn't have been around the ring, he would have gotten hurt because the fans charged the ring.
Here's the deal about the Attitude Era. It did give way to the entertainment. It killed classic professional wrestling, in my opinion. It gave way to what we have now, the big production, the entertainment, but it killed classic professional wrestling.
It did, and I mean, there's still people in the business, I love seeing Triple H wrestle because he brings that old school, methodical, stuff to it. But
I'm not a big Triple H fan.
I can get it for less than $9.99.
Yeah.
At a local show and be way more excited. They put on a 2-hour. What is it? No,
it's 2 hours, man. The bell time's at 7, and it was over by 9.
Yeah, so 2-hour show
15-minute intermission
with a 15-minute intermission, and I'd rather pay them the ticket price I'd pay for a 4-hour pay-per-view.
Exactly.
Like if Mid-South had the network, I'd pay them for the network.
They used to air on TV. Did you know that?
Really?
It was like early in the morning, and I'll tell you how old I am. Fox Channel 12, Fox News, used to have this morning program with, I can't even think of his name. It was a Ranger. I want to say Ranger Rick. Maybe it was Ranger Roger. I can't remember. But he did commentary when they aired these Mid-South shows. Of course, production value was not great, but it was guys going out doing what they love to do.
And that's the main thing about it. That's what we're stressing here, guys, is these local wrestlers at any promotion, at Compound, Mid-South especially, they're giving their hearts out. They leave it all in the ring. They I can't even talk about it without getting confused on what to say because I don't have words.
Tim gets excited like a puppy
to express.
Pees all over himself.
I do not pee all over myself. That happened one time. One time, Frankie V.
Oh, man. Well, we enjoyed doing this. We enjoyed talking about local wrestling. We enjoyed talking about WWE. Folks, as always, follow us on Facebook. Like us on Twitter. Check out our YouTube channel. That's where all our podcasts will be going to right now.
Bump Monkey Mafia.
That's right. Hopefully, our plan is to be on iTunes. That's like the grand plan.
And just to let you, just a short note before we sign off here, guys. We do realize that our shirts are wanted. That was vocalized at the last show. Yeah. We are currently working on getting them done. So, in a couple of weeks, we will post on Facebook.
Yep, we will let y'all know when these shirts will be available for purchase. Like I said, we're just working on getting everything printed up right now. I know that people are vocal about our logo being on a shirt.
Yes.
That's going to take a little bit more time because it has to be printed up different. But we will be having some Bump Monkey Mafia t-shirts for sale. And like I said, our ultimate goal is to be on iTunes. But I think even more than that, I think our ultimate goal is to be the voice of Oklahoma independent wrestling.
Make Oklahoma wrestling great again.
Yes. So, as always, thank y'all for the support. If you see us at the shows, come up, say hi.
Take pictures.
Take a picture, whatever. We'll be doing some live stuff at the shows coming up. Man, folks, have a good night.